This is going to be more like a talking video. What I did to solve some problems on this 2001 Nissan Maxima. In the prelude of this video, you saw some, or I'll insert it here, some symptoms what it was showing. It was randomly idling high without even pushing on the gas pedal. That was a couple things. Recently we had to take this whole plenum off, and to get to because I was replacing the PCV valve, and the PCV valve broke off and fell into the valve cover, which is not a good thing. So we had to take it all off to get it out, and then we put the PCV valve on, which has been helping with the oil consumption. But after we brought it all back together, and a neighbor helped me with that, a couple of days later, my son, who was driving the car, said it was doing this crazy idling thing. And then I put my scanner on it. I got P0505, which is IAC, idle air control. It turned out this air intake tube was severely cracked, causing the air ratio wrong, so it wasn't calculating things right at the computer. I changed that, and that error code P0505 never came back. However, it still had some funky idling, and it didn't always happen. It was random. I would try to reproduce as I couldn't, and so I would like rev it up a little bit, and I was able to reproduce a little bit. That turned out to be, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this is your idle, your throttle cable. This screw was loose, so I tightened those up, and that went away, but he still said it would get some funky idling issues just randomly when just sitting at idle. What solved that is I had to do it's a Nissan procedure. The link for the procedure will be in the description of this video. It was a Relearn procedure. Basically, what I had to do, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Let me get a flashlight. See, now you can see this. You see that brown connector on the throttle body right here? Well, that brown connector on the throttle body, which is right here. What you do is, review the Nissan procedure, and it only applies to this, I think 2 years of Maximas only. But what you do is, while it's running, after it's warmed up and you've done some other precursors that it listed in the procedures, is you unplug this wire, but then you have to plug it back in within 5 seconds. After it does that, what you'll hear is the engine rev up, and then once you plug it back in, it'll calm back down. What it's doing, the computer is doing some sort of air volume relearn procedure. And after that, this has been fine for at least 2 or 3 weeks now. It hasn't happened. So, down there is I don't know if you can see it. Follow this tube. You may not be able, yeah, there it is, right there. Where that white thing is, and you got that clamp. That's the new PCV valve, and this hose isn't even for this car. It's for a Chrysler, but the auto parts store didn't have the right one. So I cut this off of another PCV valve for another vehicle, and it seems to work. So after that, this car has been not been burning as much oil. So, and I guess after 20 years, you really should change the PCV valve. Later, tubes.